Let's all just take a moment to realize that I'm bad at doing eyeliner. I'm gonna put my glasses back on to hide some of the ugly. Hi guys! I'm wearing like 5 or 6 different shades of gray right now. I feel like I could be in a porno. I don't even know why it's called 50 Shades of Grey. Like, what is the 50 part? I get his last name is Gray, but like, 50 what? So I didn't really have any ideas for a video today. But then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I kind of like philosophy. So I decided to look up some philosophical questions to answer. And on one particular website, I found 65 different questions that we can answer. But we're only going to answer about maybe 30 today. And I'm going to answer it with the first thing that pops in my head. I haven't read any of these questions beforehand, so here we go. First question is it worse to fail at something or never attempt it in the first place? I'd say never attempt it in the first place. Like, if you fail at building a foundation for a building, that thing's gonna like fall over and kill people. I think it'd be better to just not attempt it in the first place. Question number 2, if you could choose just one thing to change about the world, what would it be? Me personally, I take religion out of it. It's the cause of a lot of conflicts in my life, and I just don't want to be a part of it. Question 3 is, to what extent do you shape your own destiny and how much is down to fate? I think everything's predetermined, and if somebody were to just wake up and realize that life is predetermined, and they were just going to stop doing whatever they were doing because the outcome of their life is going to happen anyway, then it was meant to happen. Number 4, does nature shape our personalities more than nurture? I talked about this in psychology once, and it was really just half and half, but I think a lot of it has to do with nurture, because, you know, Detroit. Should people care more about doing the right thing or doing things right? Well, if you're doing the right thing, I think you would be doing things right, wouldn't you? Isn't that just a good thing to do? What one piece of advice would you offer to a newborn infant? Seeing as I can't really understand anything that I say, I'd really have to think about this, but respect your parents. But that's not going to happen. What person respects their parents anymore? That ended in like 1980 or something. Where is the line between insanity and creativity? I don't think there's a line. I think insanity and creativity go hand in hand. What is true happiness? Laughter? How else am I supposed to answer that question? Not sure I understand the question actually. What things hold you back from doing the things you really want to? Your parents? Your parents are just a cause of a lot of problems, aren't they? But they know best. What makes you, you? Your DNA code? It's the blueprint to every cell in your body. What is the truth? Something you can't handle. What is reality? The first thing that I think of when I hear this question is a little sample that they put in an Incubus song. I think it's called New Skin. But the little insert that they put in just said that everything we can touch, see, smell, and hear is less than 1/1,000,000th of reality. So I guess that's what reality is. Do you make your own decisions or let others make them for you? I let others make them for me. I'm really bad at making my own decisions. What makes a good friend? If you want to be a good friend, don't be a douche. Why do people fear losing things that they do not even have yet? I don't really fear losing anything that I don't have yet. Who defines good and evil? That's a morals thing. You decide for yourself what's good and evil. What is the difference between living and being alive? I think living is just like a state of being, whether your brain is working or not. And being alive is more of an emotional thing. Is a wrong act okay if nobody ever knows about it? No, it's wrong. Who decides what morality is? That goes back to the who defines good and evil question. You decide what morality is. How do you know that your experience of consciousness is the same as other people's experience of consciousness? You don't. You can't. Consciousness is, again, something that you decide for yourself. That's your own thing. Unless somebody is unconscious, then you know your experience of consciousness isn't the same as theirs because theirs doesn't exist at the time. What is true strength? If you can lift 3 cars with just your hands and no help from anybody else. What is true love? Marry someone. Don't get divorced. I don't know, that's a pretty accurate thing for me. Is family still relevant in the modern world? Not as important as it used to be. What role does honor play in today's society? A lot of people don't really seem honorable anymore. You ever seen like worldstarhiphop.com or whatever? There's nothing honorable about that website. If money cannot buy happiness, can you ever truly be happy with no money? I beg to differ. I think money always buys happiness. Electricity costs money, games cost money, everything you really do costs money unless you're just going to the park. So I think that question is irrelevant. How do you know your perceptions are real? They're your perceptions. Until they're proven otherwise that they're not real, then they're always real. How much control do you have over your own life? Going back to a former question where I said that everything is chosen for you, I don't think there's really any such thing as free will. So the answer? None. What is freedom? America! Isn't one person's terrorist another person's freedom fighter? Yes! Yes! And yes! Say that all the time. What happens after we die? Oh, this is the last question. This is intense. Really whatever you want it to happen. I don't know, I'll go way more in depth on that in a future video maybe. But let's just leave it at that for right now. Holy moly, the video is getting excessively long today. I honestly didn't think it would be this long even for 30 questions. I thought I'd answer them in a couple seconds or something. But I guess not. So I guess there's only one thing left to say, guys. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment if you want to leave a comment. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. And I'm signing out.